we are not easing into this today. My dining room and my bedroom are officially out of control. I've been ignoring it, pretending she doesn't exist. But today, we're gonna fix all of it. I know it's hard to believe that underneath what looks like an episode of Hoarders Buried Alive is actually my dining table. You are looking at a culmination of several different hobbies from many different family members. We have an arts and craft table, we have a honey business table, we have everything, Legos, you name it, it's probably on here. Now this house is riddled with ADHD, so that does mean one hobby per person is not enough. It all ends up in this wonderful pile right here on my dining table, and to be honest, we don't have a lot of sit down dinners due to our family schedule, so cleaning this off, isn't really a priority. And I know you're sitting there thinking, wow, Victoria, really? I wouldn't have guessed, never. I am always in need of suggestions for storage ideas because I do have the arch cupboard that you can't see. It's just off of camera right now in this room, and that was supposed to be for storing the kids' Lego and other activities, but as per usual, I just never got around to finding the baskets I need for that cupboard. Also, they're sort of like a tricky size and length, so I have filed it away in the to-do list, but we all know it's never gonna happen. But if I get myself together enough, maybe one day I'll be organized and I'll feel like we've got a little more freedom in this room. But other things on today's agenda are a little bit of redecorating, I should say. I found a few little things floating around my home that I could use to spruce things up a bit, and so that's what we'll get into today because Mama's on a budget and refreshing with what we already have. We don't have any extra dollars in our pocket to purchase stuff. And a lot of the stuff has basically just come from things that I've bought where I'm like, yeah, I'll absolutely redecorate this space or this room or whatever it might have been. And then it just never happened, okay? The follow through with me is just not great at all. In fact, some of the pieces today for this dining room, I bought to redo my dining room. Like I was going to do a whole makeover and then it just, I don't know, I lost interest in it. I couldn't decide what I wanted to put up on this wall. I still don't know. Okay, this wall is the last thing that's stopping me. So I've given up on doing a room makeover despite having said for 2 years that I was going to do this. But don't worry, as soon as I decided I wasn't going to redo this dining room, I was like, oh, let's move on to the bathroom. So there's just no stopping me. I'm like, okay, if I couldn't follow through on the last thing for however long, who even knows if I'm going to get to the bathroom? The bathroom does need a tiny bit of decorating, whether that happens or not, okay? You can try and hold me accountable for it, but there's no promises there. But we have moved on to my living room, and I have felt for the last few weeks that every single thing in this room is disgusting and it needs a good clean. And so as you can see, I just decided today is the day I'm going to move something. Normally I like to say I'm a clean around kind of girl and not a clean under, but today was the day. So anyway, I do feel like so much of this stuff needs to be washed, deep cleaned, that kind of thing. And I'll get to it at some point, but right now I'm in that phase of life where I feel like there's just so much things that need my attention and I am just not great at curating lists and working out what is actually priority and what is not. So right now I'm just trying to keep my house tidy, and you know what, if things fall to the wayside, they do, and I can live with a tiny bit of dirt for a little bit longer until I have a little more time to do these things. But tonight I did actually get my kids and my husband to do the cleaning because it had been a few days since I did this video and my house looking like trash again. And I sat down on the couch and I was like, Mum is on unpaid leave at the moment and you guys are going to clean up your mess because, we got to teach your kids that they have to do it themselves, okay? And they are more than old enough and more than skilled enough to be able to clean their own mess. It doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to put it away properly. Just in the general areas that those things belong is good enough for me. And they know how to do that. So I did that tonight. And I got a little break. Hubby was dealing with that. It was quite nice, let me tell you, because as much as I love making these videos, resetting my home, I don't want to do it every couple of days. Please, the mess is constant. But I did love being able to just have 10 minutes to myself to relax and just let someone else do it. Someone else take the pressure off of me. So I'm very lucky that they're good sports and actually willing to participate in that. If they didn't, that would be a bigger problem. But I do have to take a moment for the blanket on my couch. Now, I got this idea from Matt Haneke because he purchased, I think it was like a tablecloth, something similar to that, and he put it on his couch as a way to protect his really nice couch from his dogs. And I was like, hold on a minute, why did this genius idea not come to me? Because I have always just bought bed sheets, white bed sheets, to cover the seat part of it, but do you know what, they don't always work as nicely or look as nice as they should, like smooth or flat. So when I saw him do this, I was like, hello genius, and I did that with a blanket just to see if it would fit, and it's fantastic. Now I'll probably flick between using the blanket and the sheets just because I already have the sheets available, but if there's any extra room in my budget at some point, a nice white blanket would do better. So much easier to do than the bed sheet, and just doesn't have those weird bed sheet corners. So yeah, I don't know why I never thought of something like that, but that's just a little hack for you. Now, don't go anywhere because we have some more chaos coming up towards the end of the video, and you just have to stick around and see it. It is quite embarrassing, but I'm going to show you a little haul. I popped into Target to purchase my son some new pajamas because he desperately needed them. I tend to purchase the pajamas one size up from what they're in so that we get 2 lots of winter or summer or whatever it is out of them. It was time. It was more than time. We were getting ankles, and so I popped in there. And they have some really cute stuff at Target. I also got him a rashie because he was wearing one, I'm sure that was like size 4, and it was a country road one, but it was like completely faded. And my husband was taking him to swim school, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not going with you because that's embarrassing. Yeah, I was like, you've really pulled that one out of the bottom of the cupboard. So I went to Target and saw that green one, and I replaced the haggard one. I retired her. She had a well-earned retirement. Now we are back in my dining room, and it desperately just needed a little update. And like I said, I've been putting this off for so long. And I saw this black curtain rod that I had purchased ages ago hiding away in my daughter's cupboard. And I thought, what am I waiting for? Seriously, the apocalypse will come before I ever use this thing. So I took it out. I was like, let's just get this done. And the only person that's noticed is my son. For some reason, no one else seems to have noticed. Or if they have, they just didn't care. And you know what? I'm going to say I quite like it. It was just, I'm coughing up a storm in this video. As you could hear, I'm still sick. It's been 3 weeks and I've been on antibiotics. Nothing is helping this one. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, nobody's noticed or they haven't cared. One of those 2 options, right? But I quite like it. At some point, maybe like 2 rods in here would be good, and then I can have like a sheer curtain and then these. But that's just extra, like that's above and beyond. But look how this turned out. I think it looks so cute. Tiniest refresh in here. And I have thought about taking that diamond grill sliding door off because look, it's really giving early 2000s, and it kind of disrupts the gorgeous view we have of the outside. I wouldn't take the door off completely. I think I want to just cut out the diamond grill and put in fly screen. But I'm going to put in a little song here, and then I've got 2 topics I want to talk to you about straight after.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could
I promise I haven't forgotten the topics, but I did want to go through this first with you because I was in Kmart prior to me filming this video and I was purchasing some new hangers for my son, and out of the corner of my eye I saw these. And if you remember a couple of videos ago, well maybe more than a couple of videos ago, I installed these pump shampoo, conditioner and body wash bottles into my other shower because they were on clearance for $3 and I needed that in my life, that little upgrade. Well, I saw these ones out of the corner of my eye and I was like, I thought you got discontinued. Apparently, they were down to 50 cents in this Kmart. So she was an instant add to cart. 50 cents? 50 cents, darling. But while I was doing this, look, just whatever you do, don't do what I do. Do what I say and not what I do, okay? Because I made the big mistake of putting these way too close together. You would have thought I would have learned from the last one. No, not at all. I don't know how many times I have to make the same mistake, but I put them way too close. And as you can see, I clearly picked the safest thing to help remove them off the wall. Look, I couldn't find my scraper and I could find nothing, darling, nothing that was going to scrape these things, because once they're on there, it's almost impossible to get off, which is fantastic because they're not going to fall. So I did use maybe the wrong tool to remove them, okay? But yeah, as I said, do what I say, not what I do. I think these turned out really well. These ones up here on the wall is going to be just for my husband and I. So the nicer products that I don't want the kids to kind of use on their Barbie dolls and on their toys and whatever else in the bottom of my shower is going to go there. Because let me tell you, it has definitely happened. And Barbara does not need Kerastase for that stringy bleach blonde hair of hers. But this turned out well and I'm happy with it. I'm in my other bathroom. This is the one that we did previously. I have never actually filled these up yet. I just never got around to doing it. So the only thing I have at the moment is body wash. So I'm going to fill that up. And then maybe tomorrow I'll fill the other one up. I'm just giving them a chance to not fall off my wall because that was crazy. Okay, topic number 1. We are heading off to Ed Sheeran tonight. This was totally last minute. I had no plans of actually going and seeing him. And then they released like $70 tickets. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go and do it. But it's so last minute. We booked the day before. So we are bringing the kids with us, which will be so fun. But it is crazy that their first concert is going to be Ed Sheeran. So anyway, we are up in the top layer of Accor Stadium. But you know what? For $70 to hear some of his top songs live, why not? The only person with a higher seat than us is the good Lord. We are really up there. But it is going to be fun, and you know what, I don't have any plans of staying for the full 3 hours because it is a long night and I don't expect the kids to want to be there that long. So I just decided not to get the nicer tickets. I'll let you know how it goes in the next video. But topic number 2, this is completely random and not really sure if it belongs here, but if you are interested, keep listening, because I recently watched a video from Dallas Taylor, which I had never previously watched anything from him, but this was a video on YouTube about the sound production of Bluey. It is so worth a watch if you or your kids love Bluey, because they do a tour of Brisbane where some of the settings of Bluey happen and how they make the sounds, like the real life sounds for Bluey, and I just thought that was so interesting. I didn't intend on watching the full 30-minute video, or actually I think it was like 20 minutes. And the guy just seemed so nice. I didn't realize it was like a brother duo that was working on the show together. So I will link it below for you if you are interested in checking it out. And I know it has nothing to do with what's going on in this video, but I am now in my daughter's room and I have accidentally pulled the side of the bed off. I didn't realize it was in 2 parts. I was just trying to move the bed because I had been debating on whether to keep it like in the middle of the room or push it to the side and have a bit more of a walkway. And ultimately I decided to turn the bed, but when I was doing that, completely ripped the side off. All the slats under the mattress came out, and so I made the job twice as hard. The reason I decided to move her bed in the first place was because I did have it in the middle of the room and I thought that was going to make a difference, but honestly it hasn't. The mess, as you can see, just piles up down the other side because we don't go down that side very often anyway, and stuff still was ending up under her bed. And I was like, what's the point? Like, this is taking up 90% of the room, and as functional as it is for putting on the bed sheet, it's really not functional for anything else. So I thought, let's do a little rearranging and see whether I like this. And you know what, it's only temporary temporary, so I could just move it back if I don't like it. The only thing that was stopping me was the bed sheet, because it's so difficult. So difficult when it's against the wall. I'm not a gymnast, so it's not my favorite part. But the space that it did create for my daughter to have a little like home corner in her bedroom is so nice, because that girl loves to play dolls. She loves to play mums, princesses, and having her own little space made me really happy. So I'll take the hit. I'll put in a little extra work so that she can have that. I then did go back with my favorite little nozzle attachment and just go around all the sides of the bedroom, just because they were so dusty. I've talked about it before, but there are staples in the wood. They're not sticking up, so it doesn't hurt, but it's just like they're there, and so the dust catches. Anyway, makes it look delightful. Gosh, I've completely lost my voice again. I am gonna go under this bed in a second and fix up all the slats, which, by the way, how does so much dust get under a mattress? Like, I mean under it. But I do have some sort of idea of what I want to do in my daughter's room, and that is all thanks to Bed Bath and Table, because I was on their website not too long ago and I saw their new Easter collection. Now, I think I'm pretty much maxed out on Easter decor. I don't go as hard as I do with Christmas stuff, but like a few things, right? Help break up that year a little bit of the same decor. But I saw something that I was like, oh, I think that's universal, and it's these gorgeous, I'm not willing to say rattan because it's more like paper and rattan daisies, like hanging pieces, and I thought I could put them on the wall. They have a few different colors. One is white with a yellow center, and then they have like, I think 3 or 4 different colors, like blue, purple, green, in different sizes. So I think what I'm going to do is purchase a couple of them in a few different sizes and paint them all white and yellow and hang them on her wall somewhere. Unfortunately, that one only comes in one size, and I think it would look weird if I bought all of those ones in that same size and hang them on the wall. Like, I feel like it's supposed to be different sizes to add dimension. I don't know. Okay, like, let me not pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So I feel like I might need to purchase the ones that are all one color but a different size, so that I can scatter them and make it look balanced. But I would need to paint it because they don't at all look the same. Unfortunately, I don't know why they didn't just make the colors in different sizes. So it's not at all like the white and yellow one, but I'm sure when they were manufacturing it, they weren't considering my needs. Yeah, I might need to get a little arts and crafty with that whole situation, or yeah, I don't know. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I have to skedaddle on this because Easter's only around for a short amount of period. I know we're a few months out, but I will use up all that time and still not have purchased them. So I will try to come back with some grand plan on that. But we have moved on to my bedroom because, as you can see, guys, she's psychotic. Now, I think this was like the second week or maybe like second and a half. That didn't make any sense, but you get what I mean. You know when you've been really sick and then you start to feel better and you're like, oh yeah, I can do everything again. I was quickly humbled and yeah, no, I couldn't. My house went to crap again. My husband works full time and was taking care of the kids, doing all the after school activities, etc., etc. So I'm not expecting him to do like a full whole house deep clean for me. He was doing enough. I just needed to get in here, and as you can see, it's split over 2 days because I wasn't feeling great. That first day I kind of just stopped and then came back and did the rest the second day. And I actually was using my all natural antibacterial spray because I bought that a while ago, I won't lie, because I was like, ooh, it's all natural and it kills all this bacteria. Fantastic. Hardly touched it. So I thought if there's ever a time that I could use something like that, it's now. So I was spraying everything. I was like, yep. So everything has been cleared of whatever I had. I did test myself with a RSV, influenza, COVID test. They all came back negative. So I know I made a mistake when doing that because, honey, it is one of those for sure. Now, I am going to put in a little song, but you need to stick around because the best bit is yet to come. We are doing a fair bit of change up in this room and I'm very excited.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride all the blue, I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh.
Okay, first things first, this TV had to go. I had talked about it previously as something I wanted to do this year, and I was done. I couldn't even look past it, and we're in February. So I would say that's not bad track record for me. So I called in some reinforcements to get rid of this, and as you can see, she was crusty, dusty behind there. And so I cleaned it out, and then I called in back. I was like, come on, I am not going to bed with this still in my room. I can already tell you it is so much nicer. But my husband, oh my god, does he always have a comment, or does he always? Because I said to him I wanted to take the TV out, and he goes, oh, but where am I going to put my clothes? He was being facetious. Obviously, he'll find somewhere else. Don't you worry about that. I mean, the space is lovely. Obviously, we need to do a little work on the decor situation because I don't know what I'm doing. I think I want a lamp in here, and I thought I had a lot of lamps. Turns out I got nothing lying around. This box full of decor that you see is stuff I've collected over the last few years that I really wanted and just never used. And I completely forgot about it. And I was like, oh, I feel like I might have a couple pieces of decor in my garage. And then I found this entire box and was like, yeah, okay, that'll do. So I've placed like this few little things and that's it. But obviously we need to work on it. Now, I did think about a mirror behind all of that stuff, but I don't think I need, I mean, right opposite the bed. You know where I'm going with this, right? Just no thank you. That's all I'm going to say. And then while I was in the garage, I also found in another home decor box, I found these curtains. I don't know where they came from, how long they've been sitting in there, but I thought instead of having this bookend situation with two pairs of grey curtains on either side, I could at least change one. And do you know what? I'm obsessed with it. I didn't really think it was going to make that much difference in the end. It is nice with the two layers of curtains because it's not too light, where if it was just one pair of shears, it would have been way too bright in here. We are the kind of people who love a dark room. The sun rising at 5 a.m. in summer is not a vibe for us at all. So we do love it when it's quite dark. So that actually worked out really well for us. And I'm obsessed. I love this kind of like this softer bedroom lighting. I do have to actually go ahead and do the other side. Will we get it done anytime this year? Cannot promise you that. But when I do the other curtains, I will fix up whatever's going on with the curtain rods and the curtain hooks, because that is a situation you don't want to look at too closely. But while I was doing this, the wire for the first lot of curtains fell down, of course, right? It's always got to be just one step more that I've got to do. So that's why it's hanging down halfway, because it is just like an old school wire that goes all the way around. And I'm so happy with the end results, especially that we only spent 50 cents on these things. Everything else I had hiding away in my garage. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little makeover and cleanup, and I will see you in the next video.